Yep, there he is. He's going to be going.
I'm just starting to realize like how insane this bracket was. Because in top 16, guess who was all on one side of the bracket? Me, Sosa, Boringman, Venom.
That's gnarly.
Yeah.
That's
and the other side had Jose.
So I need to know, why aren't you going to Olympus? Money?
At the time that I would have been able to make plans, my sort of place in the scene was sort of dubious, and I also wanted to save money.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go either, so I can't really say too much.
Yeah.
I would love to go. Like, if I had the opportunity and the money and I wasn't taking a couple of midterms this week, I would love to go. I would really love to go. But it'd be a pipe dream. But either way, for those of you that can go, go.
Are we going to get straight into it? All right, Sosa's going Wario. He's taking it seriously this time. Not gonna try to test his luck and go pit.
With the dupe pit, I think is what he calls it.
Doof.
Doof.
That's what I call it, at least.
It's so funny.
I mean, it's pretty doofy.
It's like the derpiest costume, I think, in the entirety of the game.
I would say so. Yeah, Sosa's kind of leaning into him right now, and Jesus. Percent just keeps climbing. Wario has a pretty fantastic punish game on Metaknight.
And everyone.
And I would say, yeah. I mean, Metaknight has a pretty good punish game on everyone, but other than edge guarding here, I'd say that Wario has the better punish game. In terms of neutral, Metaknight has him beat, just because Metaknight has so many quick moves. Quick on startup, quick on end lag, and he's incredibly fast, too.
Right.
That said, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to say that Sosa is the favorite to win. Sorry to NorCal. It's just like Sosa has not lost to Boringman with Wario.
With his real main, yeah.
He's gotten close. There was one balcony where they played, and Sosa 3-0'd him in winners. And then in grands, Boringman brought it to game 5 of the first set, but didn't clutch it out. So Sosa's still undefeated in this matchup.
Okay.
Right.
Punishing
Really
2 techs in place.
So me and Boringman actually played against Sosa and Jose in doubles.
Okay.
And I noticed a lot of things happening between like Sosa and Boringman. One, Boringman didn't prefer to fight Sosa. That was sort of like what I should have been doing more. Second is actually, despite Metaknight's capabilities of like Gimper, like he's very much able to do that. Sosa was getting most of the gimps on Boringman, and they were, or at least low % kills. Not always off stage gimps, but I think Sosa probably got more of those as well. I think the off-stage game is probably the biggest thing Metaknight can take advantage of.
Wow. And speaking of off-stage, that combo, once again.
Wow, how did that hit? Nice tech anyway. Like, I wouldn't have expected that to hit me, but he accounted for it.
Another dimensional. Oh, he misses this one.
That would have been a definite kill. Actually, Boringman is pulling further ahead than I've like ever seen. And game 1 goes to Boringman.
Pretty much. I mean, Sosa does have the waft online, but he's going to need to do a lot to bring this back. This is certainly a hill to climb.
Yeah, it's more like a mountain.
I was going to say, if not Mount Everest.
It is growing. Mount Everest is growing much quicker.
Every year it grows 2 inches or so just because of snow.
Every second, Mount Everest is growing like a couple feet more.
And eventually, it's going to outweigh the world. It's going to tip. Either way,
the world is going to tip.
Is going to tip because Mount Everest is just so massive.
Yeah.
And that's
Where's
how
this momentum going to tip?
Yeah.
See that transition?
Pretty much. It's
gold.
Butter.
Yeah.
Butter.
So smooth. I can believe it's mostly butter.
Yeah, and right here, Sosa he pretty much needs to get a conversion to kill Boringman right now because
actually Boringman's a perfect % for a fart.
Oh yeah.
After a pummel and an up throw, fart should kill him.
But so should dimensional cape to Sosa, and that's game 1.
Can't get too ahead of ourselves. Yeah, that's game 1 to Boringman. Pretty convincing, despite the weird SD thing from Sosa.
Mario meta main.
Yeah, Boringman still won that match. He was outplaying him pretty much the whole time.
Right. So he does stay Wario, and I couldn't imagine him going pit for a few reasons, but mostly I feel it's more of just a comfort pick. I don't really think him going as what I would still deem a pretty consistent secondary would be too wise against Boringman.
Oh, no. I mean, he's done it. He's had 2 sets versus Boringman in his pit and wasn't able to beat either character.
Now, one thing, too, we've been seeing a lot, and, you know, this is one thing that a lot of players have had to adapt to, but right there, the up air, the smash DI that Boringman's had on all of the up airs has been very good.
Whoa. That is odd. That was actually a pretty early percent to get killed. He was only at like 70, 80%. One thing I noticed, sort of almost paradoxically, is that Boringman's bans were Dreamland 64 and Wario Land. So both the biggest and smallest stages at the same time. I don't know what he wants.
Well, I think the big thing is on Dreamland, Sosa lives for a long time, and we know the waft kills are so quick there. Meanwhile, Wario Land, you know, there are a few matches out there with Red Ranger facing Sosa, and Sosa left Wario Land open kind of as like a bait because he really likes the stage. And the kills on it, he'll kill really early with waft and really early with back air. So I understand the thought process.
Yeah, so it's interesting because it makes sense when you explain it like that, that Wario has generally better kill power on Meta Knight than the other way around.
Right.
And it makes both of those stages tricky in different ways. As far as Smashville, it's pretty similar to Battlefield in that it's overall got average boundaries and whatnot, average stage size.
Right.
Smashville has a little bit of a low ceiling, but I think that's going to help both of them anyway. So it's not an advantage to either party.
Right.
So yeah, I expect this to not be too different. Like, this isn't a really game-changing stage, at least compared from the last one.
Yeah, no, I totally understand the pick, too. Now, the other thing, too, is a lot of times we'll see Sosa pick stages with a lot of platforms, but not quite sure the methodology behind this, per se, because, you know, you have the occasional platform that comes into play, so I guess he likes that, but then he might want more tech chase scenarios, too, if he ends up getting them against Meta Knight, but he usually opts for the up throw instead of down throw, so.
Yeah, okay, so 2 things I could say on that. One, I didn't really pay much attention to how much the platforms were helping either person, but I would suspect that Wario doesn't get a whole lot off of platforms in this matchup. Another thing, I know for a fact Boringman loves Battlefield's top platform, so he could do up throw to cape, which we saw often.
Right.
You know, I think that alone might have scared Sosa. I know the last time I fought Boringman on Battlefield, it really startled me because it's not really something I've had to deal with most Meta Knights.
Exactly.
61%, but he's got a waft. Does he? It's so hard to notice. No, he doesn't.
This whole time, it's been dash away and wait for Sosa to go for a grab. Because that's all he did.
Yeah. And
Side B? I was waiting for the mix-up, but no.
This is very heavily in Boringman's favor still. I'm not sure what Sosa needs to do. First, he needs to grab him. If he grabs him, I could see him getting the 0 to death, but he's got to win neutral first, and he's like basically won none of these neutral exchanges.
And he has
for the past minute.
He has 12 seconds left until. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I take it back. The waft is now online.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he's been waiting for.
He definitely needs it, I think.
But just.
Oh, he missed it. I think he should have had that.
Is this it? Are we really going to see this? Waft.
Oh,
he was so. He was so eager.
That was like both of those were the right choices. It just didn't work out. Salty run back.
Now, we don't see this often.
Yeah, Sosa doesn't do this often.
Sosa's frustrated.
Yeah.
If you looked at his face just at the end of that last game, there was a little bit of angst and to some degree like a little bit of an annoyance to his face.
Sosa's playing really aggressive. He very rarely has his control stick been pointed away from Boringman. As soon as he gets hit, he's trying to get right back in and attack him.
Yeah, and the thing, too, is a lot of this has been aggression with down tilts and just grabbing. Because that's all he's been looking for to get these combos started on Meta Knight. He hasn't been looking for, like, a...
There's such good neutral options. It's like being a faster Roy, basically.
Right.
Goodness. Yeah, Boringman could easily take this. It's hard to judge based on the first stock alone, but it clearly doesn't seem like Sosa has made any drastic adjustments recently.
The one thing I've always noticed about Sosa especially is anytime he's going for side B, speak of the devil, he usually will do it in neutral against a lot of people when he really wants the kill and he's hungry for it, because he did that on the first stock and that ultimately costed him his first stock. So that's usually a good indicator to see whether or not he's feeling comfortable or if he's playing a little nervous.
It's interesting because I remember the really ancient Wario metagame when he came out. It was just a down smash a lot, and then you do down throw into side B.
Tech chase.
And now you don't see basically either of those.
Right. It's still a good option that you can always pull out when needed, but there's of course counterplay. You could DI the down throw away. Usually you'll want to DI the throat or tech the throat in because then you don't take as much damage or knockback. So the counterplay has kind of nerfed the strategy indirectly. So.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually not too bad a percent for Sosa to try to go for a fart kill. It's going to mostly come down to stage positioning. No, nothing yet. He should not go for the upward fart kill because Meta Knight's a fast faller.
Oh, yeah.
If he gets the side one, should be dead. That is shocking.
But fantastic.
Was that a weak hit?
I think that was just really good DI. But then again, I think
he was on the opposite side of the stage.
Right.
He had to travel the long way. And he's still alive.
Smashville's looking like a much bigger stage as Boringman continues to get hit.
Yeah, this is maybe Sosa should have taken a hint from Boringman's bans and chosen something, I don't know, less average sized.
And again, that side B, a little bit eager. He really wanted that kill because 25% the second you give Meta Knight a little bit of momentum. Same thing with Boringman. He's going to take that all the way to the bank.
Yeah. Seems like Boringman is officially a SoCal player now that people are cheering for him against Sosa. That wouldn't have happened a couple weeks ago.
But then again, Sosa takes a lot of our money, so I feel like a lot of us have kind of just been like, I'd like to see, okay. A lot of them just like, I want someone else to have the money.
That was the most opportune kill Sosa has gotten all sets so far. That's pretty great. I don't know how he's going to get them consistently, but for now, he's got to take this game. Oof. Uh-oh. Ooh, that down smash was so close to hitting. Edge guard time. Wow.
Not
really?
quite.
Yeah, that weave looked like it was a bad idea, but it worked.
That's a dead Wario. All right.
All right, so Meta Knight's up throw. I've decided, and I think I mentioned it to Boringman and he agreed, that if you're going to get hit from center stage with up throw into cape, go behind Meta Knight, because at least the input's a little bit trickier then. So maybe he'll mess it up.
Yeah, and I always thought the same thing because a lot of times I'm consistently seeing people DI away and then it's just cape and then it's cape and then it's cape. But even if it's inside, you have to kind of make him double check, think twice. And then he's like, maybe I have to do this quickly because he's right on top of me, whereas the other one's just up throw, down B, hold away, flick the C stick, So if you have to make him think just that extra split second, that might be all you need to actually save your stock.
All right, so Green Hill Zone, FD, bans from Sosa, platformless stages. I think Fountain's a good pick.
Okay.
Sosa hates this stage. Sosa hates Fountain, and he hates FD.
I adore this stage.
And I mentioned that to Boringman earlier, during doubles, that I was telling him they're not going to go to these stages because Sosa hates it. And I want to say he's remembered that, and now he's just going for the discomfort pick against Sosa. This stage is fairly similar to Battlefield, with the exception of having a really high ceiling and floor.
And the close side blast zones as well.
This stage is actually, I think it can work out. It's similar enough. It's got the top platform too, which should help to mitigate the high blast zone if Boringman wants to kill off the top like he's been doing with up throw and whatnot.
Right, and this could be a bit of a double-edged sword because we haven't seen too much that high ceiling. Of course, he doesn't. Probably main reason he didn't want to ban this one. But the side blast zones as well. Meta Knight's edge guards are very good. That back air can kill pretty early here too. So totally understand the counter pick though. Great Meta Knight stage.
Sosa will sometimes just play chicken with that knowledge that he dislikes, Fountain and FD, and not expect someone to know it. And if anyone in SoCal, he'd expect the NorCal player to not be aware of that.
Right.
That could be some of his reasoning, but on the other hand, I really doubt that Sosa would want to play chicken when he's down 2-1.
Oh yeah.
That seems a little reckless for him. Sosa cares a lot about winning.
Yeah, I mean, he's number one for a reason, so he's obviously got the right mindset about it.
All right. Yeah, so far, so even.
Now, here's the thing, too. We've seen a lot of crouch cancels from Boringman, and of course, Meta Knight's crouch cancel game is pretty phenomenal. But the one thing we saw in Game 3, actually, was we had Sosa approaching with forward air and then would immediately shield grab any of his potential follow-ups. So it's definitely an option, and seeing Sosa utilize that knowledge, saying, hey, you're going to do this, so instead I'm going to be able to do this. It's just kind of smart of a bit of an adaptation that I really like seeing from Sosa, but Boringman still looks pretty comfortable on his own counter pick right here.
Yeah, just a bit ago, Boringman tried edge guarding Sosa, but Sosa converted off of it. And I've noticed that not really any of them have gotten any gimps or low percent kills at the edge. They've mostly been recovering. We'll see if they can, how they're going to set up this kill.
No, there it
That's
is.
surprising to me because I would expect an up air. It's less wasteful.
A mini waft. You know, you got to wait now until about, what, 540 or so before that.
I mean, I guess you could.
440.
He might be thinking that either way, he's going to have one more fart left in the match.
Right.
But, I mean, it's still a little bit surprising because
2 whole stocks, that could easily be another minute, like no doubt. So I still understand.
I'd expect
the
at
thought
least a
process.
minute. 2 minutes would also be possible.
True.
Either way, it got Sosa the lead, which is important. Sosa's really hard to take a lead from. His character's so heavy that you're going to be prone to like be crouch canceled or trading with him.
Right.
Just
and
the nature of the character. So that kind of quality makes making a comeback really difficult.
Actually, that's a good reason. Like you were saying that he hates the stage. I heard go, but he immediately side B'd, but the platform lifted up and prevented the side B from charging across the stage.
All right, 2 stocks to 1.
So
Boringman's got to be feeling the pressure because he was up 2-0, and now it looks like Sosa's about to bring it back to last game.
But he's still got, he still definitely has a chance. 92%. And there it is.
Really good timing, yeah. I don't think Sosa expected him to jump back on because Boringman was originally on the ledge, then gave it up.
Right.
And Sosa's probably thinking, okay, so he's a little worried about getting stage spiked or something.
And this could
Uh-oh,
easily
fart.
be a waft.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, that waft alone just made the comeback so hard.
Oh, yeah.
But putting it on Sosa, putting it on Wario, all 3 of those compounding on each other, that was tough.
Oh, yeah.
Last game.
And the thing, too, is to see this, it's a little strange because most of the time, a lot of people will comboing Metaknight. They'll either A, juggle him, or B, tech chase him to death. That's a majority of what you're going to see. But most of what Sosa utilizes against a vast majority of other players, he'll use the bite to break the crouch cancel, or he'll even use the down smash to do that. And I don't think I've seen him do that once this whole set. And the one time he went for a bite on this the past game, he ended up whiffing and then got punished for it.
Yeah, so there's no Battlefield sort of mid-sized stages left except for this. The next closest stage to mid-sized would be PS2, but even then it's kind of extreme. Otherwise you got Wario Land and the 2 big ones.
Right.
So it sort of makes sense that Boringman would go back, even if he's found out that Sosa's, despite disliking the stage, not that bad on it. This is still the type of stage he's been winning on.
Right.
Of course, then again, so is Sosa. we'll have to find out. So far, Boringman. Actually, both of them have knocked each other out of crouch cancel %. And
Whoa.
that's going to kill him.
Applauds him off the top. All right.
Yeah, that was a pretty standard Sosa setup. Cave,
That's a
good
pretty
option, yeah.
pretty standard Boringman setup. And
All right,
back 3 stacks apiece. This could not be more even right now.
Yeah, I really have no idea which way this is going to go. Right now, it seems like Sosa has momentum. Oh, fart.
No way.
So brutal.
Courtney, write that down. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
The very second I said it was even, Sosa's like, hold on. You want to see something?
I don't know if Boringman's terrified enough of Waft. I know a lot of these setups have been guaranteed, but that one wasn't. Boringman could have gotten away.
His smash DI on the up airs has been phenomenal, but I don't know if he's too aware. How would you smash DI that forward air? Isn't it up away, I believe?
I would just go down and away for all of Sosa's aerials because there's not really a big, knee/up air mix-up where if you DI away, you're going to get boundary killed. Most of his aerials are really combo friendly, and so DIing away, a lot like Lucario, is not going to get you killed.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Despite the devastating momentum capturing combo that Sosa hit him with.
Pretty
it's
much.
Almost back to even. But did you catch the time when the fart hit? Because another one's going to be coming maybe before the stock ends.
Yeah, probably in the next, I think it's online now. I can't quite see the glow.
No, not yet.
It's pretty close though. Oh, well.
Oh, not enough.
It's about 48 or so, so we got until 4:48 until the next one's online.
All right, good neutral B. That was pretty much his only option.
And that was the sour spot back air. Ooh, there it is.
I think Boringman should have pressed B instead of trying to angle himself back down towards the ledge.
Right.
Or perhaps to glide attack, whichever he was intending. He needed to just get down fast because Sosa had committed to the air. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a hard move to combat sometimes. Usually just crouch cancel shield.
This is going to be rough. Sosa's got complete control right now. And he gets out of the combo. Sosa could have done a bite and continued it just like he had in the first half of the combo. How is Boringman going to get? Yeah, how's he going to get this kill? Boringman needs to set up and do. Oh wow, that was so close.
Wow, what a way to end it. That was weird. That was the last way I was expecting that.
Yeah, that was so strange. Like, so Sosa dropped down and tried to fart him, and at the same moment, Boringman had up B'd, dodged the fart, and somehow hit Sosa, I think, but Sosa had invincibility. It was just such a weird moment to react to.
It was a really weird interaction, but now it looks like we have Boringman sitting in, loser semis, I believe? Loser semis?
After winners,
doesn't drop him to quarters, I think?
No, that was winners semis,
that was
isn't
winners
it?
Semis.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's down to losers quarters.
Right, drops him back a little bit. So
Yeah.
Sosa, once again, in winners finals. And I think we still have one more match? Winners semis was Sneeze and Jay Falls. And then that last match, of course, was Sosa and Boringman. So I think we're done with semis, and now we're going into the loser side of the bracket.
Yeah, Jose is sat down, and he got upset earlier in winners by Sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
So he got sent to losers pretty early.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That sort of helped make the brackets so lopsided in intensity.
Yeah, and it's actually cool, too, to see the it's pretty cool to see the upset, though, for Sneeze, because Sneeze has always been going, like, very close to even as far as games are considered. Like, it's always been like, oh, we're going to game 3, going to game 5. But he's never quite clutched it out. But, seeing that he's finally been able to really take that extra step and say,
yeah.
Hey, I'm still a threat, no doubt. Taking out number 2 on the PR, no doubt.
Sneeze used to be ranked. He's always been really good. Recently, no. It's sort of like everyone, he says at one point, it's not about, just improving yourself as a player. You got to improve faster than your peers, too.
Right.
Because they're improving the whole time you're waiting between tournaments. Sneeze still, though, has managed to get a lot of really crazy upsets, and they're always really surprising. He's beaten Sosa before, sort of a really big blemish on Sosa's otherwise perfect record most of the time. What is this?
You can probably take a guess from that.
Yeah.
Gonna release that in probably a day or 2.
Sick.
Yeah.
The secrets.
And
I know
what
everything now.
what was all that?
Jason Waterfalls looked to the computer RNG gods for advice and was rudely interrupted by Sosa, I suppose. I
guess so.
I don't know who Jason's waiting for. This may be losers. No, is this winners finals? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I thought this was losers. This is such a weird winners finals for SoCal.
Let's go, Jason.
This is good. This is going to be real tough.
Pretty much every single time now, it's like Sosa's still considered, that villain archetype, where it's not that we don't, it's not that we don't like him or anything like that. It's just, same thing. We're tired. We're tired of losing money.